This is Andrea, and this is the Keurig K-Duo Plus. I just got this today. I've unboxed it, and I've run one cleansing swoosh through the pod up here without any pod in it to get a clean cup. But I'm going to show you how this works, because this is one of the first things you're going to want to do. It's a cleansing brew. You do it both for the pods and later for the carafe, and I'll show that in the second half of this video. You can tell I've got the water reservoir up to the 12 cup maximum mark. You can situate this either on the right hand side or the left hand side or behind the unit. Right now I'm in my laundry room, so I apologize for the towel draped over the back of the washing machine, but that's neither here nor there. It's just to help you focus on this. Actually, it's helped me focus on it. But anyway, here's the Keurig. We're going to run a clean run of water through there. You can see I've already done it. I'm going back down into there. That's where you would put the pod. The pods that don't come with it, you have to have K-cup pods to put in there, but we'll do that next. Go ahead and secure it. When you plug this in, you need to set the digital clock. Hour and minute, really easy to do. No special skills needed there. Then we'll turn it on, have the power on, and you can see right here, you're getting back and forth lighting. It's asking, do you want the carafe or do you want a pod? Well, we want the pod. And then to clean the machine, to clean the first run through for the pod, you want to choose 8. Now that's 8 ounces. These also correspond to the number of cups that you would brew in the carafe if that's what you were doing. But since we're not doing that, this is the ounces. Now this mug is 16 ounces, so we're going to go ahead and run this twice. I'm going to press 8, and then this middle button is the brew button, so I press that. And you can hear it making its noises as it's drawing water from here to run through up here. Now as it comes down, that took virtually no time at all. It has been preheated, but when it wasn't preheated, it took about, I don't know, 2 minutes to get fully warmed up, and a few seconds to give me 8 ounces. And you can see the steam coming off there. It actually gets to be between 170 and 190 degrees. So you gotta be careful, like anything else. It's hot. So it finishes up. Now I can, when this is done, lift that up, and I'm not gonna have any dribbles or anything like that. It secures nicely, and as long as it's on its base the way it should be, any water you see is me being messy filling it. And it's drawn down that much. Now a cup, now this was an 8 ounce. For the purposes of the carafe, a cup is 5 ounces. So 60 ounces, which is how much this entire thing is, will fill one carafe. Okay, we're gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna press the pod, gonna press 8 for 8 ounces, and then brew. And it's going to draw the water out of the reservoir, come up, down through, and what this is doing is just getting any cruddy bits that would have been in manufacturing through the machine so that you don't have to worry about breaking that. And once it's done, I'll empty that out, and then I will go ahead and do the carafe cleanse before I actually do myself my first cup in the K-Duo Plus. So this is the second part. This is the carafe. It is a stainless. It doesn't appear to be insulated, but I'm sure there is some insulation there. This is the tip that goes down in it. Here's the top. Notice a hole, and so any splash would kind of collect there and continue down. You want to go ahead and put that in the carafe, secure it. I've already washed this, hand washed it, and I'm going to put that right underneath. Now I have the basket pulled out so you can see that it has this, put it on where it needs to be. I'm trying to do this and camera work, so forgive me. This came in here. That was kind of a nice surprise. Paper filters for ground coffee can also work, as long as they are of the same 12 cup flat bottom round type. So we'll put that in there. I'm going to leave it in there because I think the filter needs to be rinsed as well. You just slide that into position, and theoretically you just secure it. Looks all secure, nothing's loose. Okay, we have the reservoir fully filled at its maximum mark. Now I don't need to, but I might check this for any pods. You cannot brew the pod at the same time as the carafe, so there's really no danger in that at all. So even if you did have a pod used or otherwise, it wouldn't do anything. Okay, carafe light, they're blinking, asking which one. I'm going to go with carafe. And according to the Cleansing Brew Guide, which again is over here, I'm going to hit the 8 for this one. So after I complete this, I hit 8 and brew. It's going to go down into here, into the carafe. Once this is complete, this machine, having cleansed both sides, will be done and ready to go. I can grind my own beans and put whatever coffee I want to in the basket and do a carafe. If you want to, and I'm gonna look for a second here. Oh yeah, I do. Haha, it's a good thing I set this up. This did not come with, but I show you this because I got it at a local store, and these are kind of cool for the pods. You can grind your own beans and put them in there, so you don't have to buy K-cups. Just FYI, if you didn't know about it, this whole thing was like $4. Not a big deal. Anyway, back to this. This is filling the carafe with heated water. Again, the heat, it's not boiling, but it's darn close at 170 to 190. Once it goes through this whole process, which may take longer than this video, because I may stop that, but you can hear it kind of doing ding ding. It was. Anyway, it's going down in there the way it should. I don't see any leaks down here, although this base, if you take the, there's kind of a slotted base you can lift out of there to clean underneath there. If it did gather coffee, it wouldn't be that big a deal. But I will let it do its thing. It's obviously not working as quickly as the pod one was, but in time that'll drain down, and I'll empty it out and be ready to go. So now I'm going to take a K-cup that I have, and I'm going to brew my first cup of coffee in my Wonder Woman cup. And I'm going to go ahead and, gosh, this is a 16-ounce cup. I think I'm going to choose the 12-ounce. And first I need to put in my K-cup. Again, you have to purchase these yourself. I just happen to have this one. You secure it. You'll hear it pop. There's a little pokey thing, just like up here. And when you come down here, you'll hear it snap into place. It's asking pod or carafe. Obviously, we're going to be doing a pod. I already have added more water into the reservoir. I'm going to press pod, and I'm going to press, ooh, now there's a question we haven't covered. Strong. You can actually intensify the flavor of your coffee by pressing strong. So I'm going to press strong. When it's selected, it stays illuminated. All I have to do is turn it off if you don't want that. But I'm going to go ahead and put strong. I'm actually using a light roast in here, so I don't know how much different it'll be. But I'm going to select 12 ounces because I'm using the pod. It is in ounces. If I had the carafe, it would be 12 cups if I pressed that. And then brew. Now it took, for 8 cups of coffee, well actually it was water, but assuming it was coffee, took about 5 minutes to go through the machine. So maybe if it's going through coffee that would be in here, it might actually take a little longer, 6 minutes. I don't know. I actually, in the written review, will put those times as based on what Keurig said. As you can see, we're doing the strong brew. Looks a little strong, which is good. It's doing what it's supposed to. Again, you have to press that button in order for that to occur. I mean, ideally, if you used a pod that was, I don't know, a dark roast, and you pressed that, you'd get more of an espresso. Sometimes people ask, can you get iced coffee with this? Well, this isn't a, you know, it's not an all-in-one kind of a thing. It's a coffee brewer. So you can make any coffee iced coffee by putting it over ice. That's really where we're at there. You do have a pretty good gap here, so some travel mugs will fit in here. If you take this grate out, it gives you about an inch more space, so just bear that in mind. But that's coming on quite fast, brewing nicely, steam coming off. Bob is waiting, and yeah, we're moving right along. And when it's done brewing, you get that noise. And you want to make sure, you know, it sits there for a few seconds, drips out, so that you're not going to get a whole lot of crud down in here. Although this is easy to wipe out with a rag. I also would suggest that you don't immediately pop the top on that, because you're going to get a rush of steam. You know, give it a few seconds. If you had some people who were waiting for cups of coffee and you wanted to do more pods, you certainly could. We'll go ahead and open it, being careful. There is some steam, but not enough if you're careful, and it has been brewed. There we are, our first cup. Now, I like to add cream and goodies, but it looks like even though that was a light roast, you can't see it through it. It's not like tea, so the strong is probably a good idea for those who like it that way. This has been Andrea trying very desperately to show you what this thing can do in what seems like a very long video. We'll try and edit that, shorten it, all that. But anyway, this is the K-Duo Plus. It is Plus because you can add strong coffee. You can make it stronger. It also is a plus because you can set the timer for in a 24-hour period of time to go off automatically to make a fresh carafe of coffee. And the fact that you can move the reservoir from one side to the other or to the back all make that a plus. Hope this has been helpful. If you have any comments or questions, leave them for me. I'll do my best to answer. Thank you.